The rail modernization effort here in California, I think, is one of the most important things that we're doing to try and prepare ourselves for the next, not only the next century, but the next generation of transportation, mobility, and accessibility. And so with that, why don't I invite Joe Reed to join us. He has spent 13 years as president and general manager of Impulse NC, and then he actually went to Balfour Beatty to head up the company's entrance into the North America rail transit market. Little effort there, Joe. But he comes with a great deal of experience in terms of delivering large-scale rail projects under P3 structures, design, build, and design, build, delivery models. So with that, let's welcome Joe Reed.
Thanks, Catherine, and yes, we all stood out and got a little bit of sunshine, a little sunburnt there, and I hope everybody's awake after the lunch. I'd like to talk about the Caltrain Modification Program, CalMod, and obviously from the time that Joe asked me to talk about this a few months ago, as a number of you know, a lot of things have changed over that period. So what I'd like to do is first give a kind of a timeline on the project. I want to show a 3-minute video that shows what Caltrain presented a couple of years ago, give a little bit of a current status of what's happened in the last year, and then give an update on what's happened over the last few months. With that, we can start the video, please.
For over 150 years, Bay Area residents and workers have been using passenger rail to travel along the Caltrain corridor between San Francisco and San Jose. Over the last decade, Caltrain has become one of the busiest commuter railways in North America, carrying over 50,000 daily riders along a 77-mile route with 32 stations.
I think that 150 years ago, when Abraham Lincoln was in the White House, Leland Stanford and others built this railroad. And the railroad has played such a pivotal role in the way this community, this greater community, has developed.
But as the population in the Bay Area has increased, ridership demand has quickly outgrown the capacity of the system.
Today, our region is recognized as the epicenter of modern technology and innovation, and it deserves a state-of-the-art rail system.
Now, to keep pace with Bay Area's population growth and increased ridership demand, the system needs to evolve, and that's why we are focused on the Caltrain Modernization Program.
The Caltrain Modernization Program will transform the railroad from a diesel-based service into an electrified system with upgraded performance, operating efficiency, capacity, safety, and reliability. A new advanced signal system will be installed to automatically stop trains before collisions can occur. It will also improve traffic flow by minimizing the amount of time that the gates are down and improving the system's overall capacity by allowing trains to run more closely together.
It's going from diesel locomotives to electrification, and that's going to enable us to run service that is much more attractive, much smoother. It will accelerate and decelerate faster and be able to have us make more stops and still get from end to end in about the same amount of time.
By converting Caltrain from a diesel-based service into an electrified system, we'll be reducing regional traffic congestion and greenhouse gas emissions.
We're able to put more trains through our rail corridor, and we're able to support more riders. That increases revenue, and we're also able to reduce the costs from going from diesel fuel to electricity. With those combined, we would be able to significantly reduce the subsidy required to run our modernized system compared to what it is today.
Caltrain Modernization provides faster, safer, quieter, cleaner, and more frequent transit service, and in the process generates over $2.5 billion in economic benefits, including thousands of new jobs.
Anytime you're trying to build a regional project or any kind of a big project, it takes a lot of people coming together and pulling together to get this type of an improvement made. But it's our duty and it's our responsibility, and we owe it to the future generations.
All right, that was, as I said, that was the first step of talking about what Caltrain's program really was put into place a couple of years ago. Their current system is still a 52-mile alignment, San Jose to San Francisco. They're actually moving 65,000 people daily, 25,000 train cars per hour, and 60% fare box recovery. 25, not 25,000. The current CalMod program obviously covers a multitude of things from the safety standpoint. The PTC program, which is now in the testing phase. And then the electrification project is to provide new electrical vehicles and to provide the electrification infrastructure to operate them. The current program, based upon the contracts, sorry about that are currently in place. So we've all went through the proposal stages last year. Limited notice to proceed were awarded during the fall. Notice to proceed was slated to start this spring, with the service going into effect the first of 2021, the end of 2020. Obviously, as the video said, the benefits of doing the CalMod program, it allows them to increase the capacity and frequency of the trains. Obviously, with the electric vehicles versus the diesel, increases the ridership comfort. Again, the diesel emissions are reduced. The engine noise are reduced for the communities around it. And increased from the adding grade separations and the PTC to allow a much safer system. Caltrain kind of leveraged their overall funding for the program here. It's a $1.9 billion program. They had their local funding, the regional funding, the state, and then they were approved for a FTA core capacity grant. And I'll address that again here in a little bit. The things I don't think everybody realizes on these projects is we're sitting here electrifying a railroad from San Francisco to San Jose. And let me go ahead and just run it to the next one so you all can get a better picture of it. I think what we don't realize is while we're doing this electrification of this project from San Francisco to San Jose, we don't realize the impact, the jobs it provides all the way across the country. So we sat down recently with Caltrain and we looked at it and we said, where are we impacting jobs across the country? We have a shovel-ready project, and we've got projects like this all over the country. But then when you look at them and you say, how is it impacting the jobs all over the country? It has a major impact. We look at it here as we've got 9,600 jobs that will be sustained and created through this project around the country. Under the new FTA guidelines, we'll have a 70% Buy America requirement on it. So we will be looking at, all these products that we can make sure that they are manufactured and produced in the U.S. We have a local labor force agreement that we will make sure that all the labor is from locally within the Bay Area. And we've also got a very good, keep hitting that mic there, I don't know, good apprentice program. As I said, I wanted to kind of talk through the three different stages of the project. We had where we were a couple of years ago. We've had where we are up until the last few months, and then we have to where we are right now. I mean, basically, Caltrain has issued limited notice to proceed for the design of the electrification infrastructure system, design of the rolling stock with the ability to exercise the options to actually complete the project and complete the rolling stock. As I'm sure most everybody in the room knows from all of our press lately, the FTA has decided to defer the grant at this point. So they're reevaluating the federal portion of the grant. So that is good. It puts us all back into this process now of going back into our federal budget process, which will start again on April 1st and then go through June 30th. So at this point, we're all very involved in trying to accelerate the design, be prepared, and also to try to ensure that we have the support to get the grant put back into the budget and progress this project. Because it's, of all projects around the country, I would say this is one of the top ones that I would classify as shovel-ready. It is cleared, it is in design, and ready to be built. With that, I think there's a link on U.S. High-Speed Rail as well. We invite everyone to look at the link in the petition with the White House for the funding for its project.
All right, so we're going to make sure everybody gets that link because $647 million were dedicated for Caltrain, and Joe can't say it, but I can say it. I think it's important that we invest in and keep our commitments because a lot of projects planning and effort has been made to ramp up this program, and every day is a day that we are spending money, spinning our wheels on things that are not building this program and delivering the project. So make sure that, because I think it foretells a different situation on a federal level that we all need to be kind of hypersensitive right now. And so I definitely will do my bit and sign the petition because I think it's, and thank you for sharing that with us. I think it's important to do that, Joe.